Okay, here it is, the 9th of August. Just got dropped off at the trailhead again. Same place I got picked up. Did a resupply and put out the rest of the videos. And it was like perfect timing because the day after I got there, horrendous rainstorms, and they had tornado warnings up until like 10 p.m. But it was kind of brutal out there looking outside of my motel window or restaurant. But I stayed in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, just a couple miles off a trail, about 3 miles off the trail. Right after I crossed into Pennsylvania on the Mason-Dixon line from Maryland. And so far the trail is not too bad. I'm going downhill, going to a gap. The next hill I climb is 1,500 feet, 1,700 feet, but not too awfully bad. So, plan is today is to see how far I can hike. I'm planning on at least 18 miles today. It's going to be pretty nice weather today. Supposed to be some rain for a couple hours tomorrow. But I'm prepared for that. I got it all restocked up. Next place I gotta go to, because I'll be out of food by then, and you have to stay in motels because there's a thin corridor, the Cumberland pathway or whatever they call it. I'd have to look again. Something to do with the Cumberland Mountain Pathway or something like that. It's a real thin corridor because of all the area being built up. You can't camp anywhere in that corridor. So there's like 2 places along that trail that you can get a motel to stay in. So I'm just gonna go to Boiling Springs. That's about the time I'll need to restock up on my food and fuel. And then I can take off from there and hike out of it and be back on the normal Appalachian Trail. So I'm going to finish my way winding down to the gap here before I start my ascent. It's going to be a nice day, sunny, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's on the trail today. Like I said, every time you turn a corner or something, there's something new, something pretty cool, always. So I'll take some pictures and videos of anything new that pops up, catches me eye. And right off the bat, we have a campsite. Got a fire ring. A couple of fire rings. Kind of rocky, but it's doable for tents. And actually has a few good places for hammocks. So yeah, this is quite nifty here. And there's a creek right there too. Oh yeah, I see the bridge over the creek. So onward I go. I'll catch y'all later. Well, here it is, Sunday, 13th, and I am officially down in the Cumberland Valley. The last mountain I just come down is the official end of the Blue Ridge Mountain Range, which starts in Springer Mountain, Georgia. So this whole range, the whole time I was on it, is the Blue Ridge Mountain Range. Now I'm going down into the valley, and since last night, where I set up camp, I could smell cow farms, when the wind was blowing just right. So we were pretty close, and this is a very narrow corridor that we're going through too. So you can't camp in it, no fires, no camping, no, you can't even pitch a tent or anything like that. Because it's a very narrow corridor just on beyond these woods, I guess you can see, is pasture land. And I'm going to be due to be walking in it here in another 2 to 3 miles. It'll be all open, and there's no water until about 3 miles at the AT Center. So just following the blaze marks. A little less rocky here. Had to do some scrambling last night to get into the place I was gonna put my hammock up. And I thought I was back in Dragon's Tooth, because there was some really tough climbs to make and small holes to go through in the middle of the rock to stay on trail. So here we are, and it looks pretty much like I'm in the hardwoods of Michigan. A lot of hardwoods here. But this is gonna all turn into pasture land here pretty soon. It rained last night. It seems like it rains every single night for like an hour. But they didn't get enough rain. They suffered the same fate with their blueberry patches and raspberry patches as Michigan did. They just didn't get enough rain when they needed it to survive them, to make them survive. So the blueberries and the raspberries here was like pretty much done for because of the heat and no rain. And they still don't get, they're still saying that they don't get the rain like they used to. It's just that you got these evening showers that seem to blow through 30, 40 minutes, and it's all done, it clears up. But today I gotta resupply. I go to an outfitter. I have only a couple of days snacks left, and I'll have to get some freeze-dried meal to continue on to the end of Pennsylvania. But that's it for now. I'll get some interesting pictures and videos when I see them. And as you can see, we're almost out of the woods. We're going to be going into pasture lands. So the blazing hot sun is going to be beating down on all the hikers coming out to here. And there's no water for 2 more miles. But it'll be a change of pace. And you can hear the hustle and bustle of the town just ahead of me. 2 more miles. And that's where I'm going to stop and visit the outfitter store, get my food, some snacks, fill up on my water for the next 4 miles. By the time I reach my destination, I'll probably go through 5 liters of water. And here we go. And this is it. We're in the openness. Look at the size of the corn. If I get hungry, I can get a corn cob. Ear of corn and munch on it, but probably laden with pesticides, so I ain't gonna do that, I guess. Looks like a chicken farm there, or something going on there. Here I am in the pasture lands.